Great day. So, today we're going to be talking about three things that I would not do this year when starting a private practice, growing a private practice, and better yet, adding another stream of income. So, let's go ahead and tap into today's podcast episode. Hey, great day. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Dr. TK, licensed clinical psychologist and therapist business coach. And so, I wanted to talk about the three things that I believe mental health providers should not be doing in the year of 2026 as it relates to opening and or growing your streams of income in your business, including a private practice, because there are other ways that you could be increasing your revenue. So let's go ahead and hop into it. And to be honest, the reason why I'm saying this is because by looking at the hundreds of clinicians that we serve every year in our coaching programs, a lot of therapists start growing into adding things to their bookkeeping services in terms of expenses. And they're spending so much time and so much money building a cute business that we actually are not spending enough time building a business that grows a profitable one. Okay. So if you are in the design phase too long, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about the pretty colors with a Canva logo. I'm talking about trying to figure out what color or what format do I want my ebook. And so it is time to execute because as a mental health provider, I can tell you myself, different seasons, just pull the best out of us. And some of us are just outright tired. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. Number one, I would not build a website right away. Now, as a disclaimer, I want to be very clear. I will go to a place like GoDaddy or another platform of your choice and secure the URL right away because that is ownership of your brand and of your name or your company name. But I would not spend time, energy, and money building a full website, even if it comes with something you already purchased, like a online directory, because I know they do that now. You don't need it right now. You do not need it actually in 2026. You actually don't need a website at all. Okay. So let's talk about how the way that technology is operated and created right now for you all to build your businesses, it has not been easier to drive traffic to the one place that someone needs to see, not all these distractions. So when you think about different ways that someone can learn about your services, you don't need a website for a client to find out about you. You can do a variety of things such as link them with your social media. You can link them with your online directory, give them the actual link. It's a one pager. You can send them directly to a consultation form if you have one. You can take them directly into your intake process or your wait list. Think about your online directory because I know some of us are on multiple. So your online directory serves as a one page cover letter. And to be honest, sometimes our website can be very, very overwhelming from the multiple navigation menus to all the words on the page that does not speak to me if I'm your ideal client. It's too many tabs, it's too many options. And when you think about a client going there to get services, it will actually make them more confused. And so, what happens to a confused mind? They don't buy, AKA, they leave, they bounce off. Less is more. That's the name of the game right now. So, the fewer steps that it takes for someone to get to where you need them to go is the key. Okay. Straight to the point. Okay. So, number two, I would not spend a lot of money on a big old photo shoot. Okay. You have a phone, at least the last, second, or third version of it. You have a front camera that is actually pretty crystal clear at this point, but you also have a back camera. You also have all of these devices. I'll link them below from my Amazon store and maybe even a TikTok shop. But they have all of these devices that snap back on your phone to this magnetic strip, and you can actually see yourself. I have one. You don't need all this fancy gear. You can use your phone. You can have a tripod. You have a timer built into your phone. The goal is that you have a photo that is relatable. So if I take you back to when I first started in my private practice, going back to at least 2012, took pictures in my old home against a white wall. It was nothing behind me. It was pretty simple. I put on a blazer. I had my hair similar to what it is now, and I did my own makeup. You can get your makeup done, but I just did my own. Nobody knew that the photo was actually taken in my dining room by the wall. Okay. And it worked for literally like 4 years. 4 years, I was using that picture in different places. Now, yes, later on, I have invested in multiple, like over 15 photo shoots over the last decade. And I didn't do it though until I was already making money. I'm talking about I was making 25K months, k months. The bigger the photo shoot was, the bigger my revenue was because I needed it to pay for itself. Now, every photo shoot did have a purpose and it wasn't just for my website. It may have been for a launch, it may have been for a book tour kind of thing. It may have been for a particular event, but it was never just because sometimes what we're referring to is that we just do things because we see other people doing it or it looks cute. But cute does not pay your bills. Cute does not just make you profitable by itself. So something you want to ask yourself is this actually going to make me money and how? Okay. So you want to think about your brand as an evolving process because in this day and age, people actually don't want aesthetically perfect. They want real. So to give you an idea of one of my biggest photo shoots that I did, and I will link up the audio podcast down below, is it was in 2021 and it was a total of 10K. Now that included the full team. It included the house that we rented for the day. It included me having a stylist and a personal assistant on the photo shoot. It included over at least 5,000 photos. Put it like this. A lot of these thumbnails are from that photo shoot, and this is why. When the person that's a brand strategist, because I knew what I was investing in, did the photo shoot, their goal was for me to create a photo shoot that I can use for 5 years. So they asked me, what do you want your brand and business to look like in 5 years? And it's interesting that I still am there. I'm just evolved and look different and I'm older, so I'm wiser. But I wanted one bucket of me being the number one therapist business coach for therapists. Then I wanted another bucket for if I had an event, I want marketing materials. Then I had another bucket for my online courses, digital products, YouTube, podcasts. Then I had another bucket for family, lifestyle, and me being able to be a wife, mom, and a psychologist and a business coach, all built in the same body. And so we had 8 different looks. My family was on site. You may see pictures where my youngest son, you know it's old because he was like 2, he had braids. Both of the kids had braids. And that photo shoot are still photos that I could actually use today. But that was something that came only after I was generating for that photo shoot 50K months at minimum. Okay. So, number 3, I would not spend money on a social media manager yet. Yet. Okay. So, think about it. If you're already creating content yourself, you can actually schedule it yourself if you have a system. I use Metricool. I will link it below, but it is a system that not only gives you real life time of your metrics for different social media and YouTube platforms, but it also has a scheduler, planning tools, and it is very relevant. The metrics are really, really good in terms of showing you real live interaction, including having an inbox for you to be able to communicate to your community. So this is something that you can also give to someone once somebody will be on your social media team or you get a social media manager, and then they can do all those things. But if you are the one doing all of it and then you just tell somebody to look at your metrics, that's something that you can pay $50 for a month versus hundreds or thousands of dollars per month. And then you can run the reports yourself, especially if you are the one creating content. So you can upload your videos, you can upload your carousels, you can upload your content, you can look at your analytics, and you can honestly learn what works first so that you will know what expectations you even have for a social media manager. Now, that is key. That is something that I do teach to our clients and our programs. Like, don't just get up and say, I'm tired of doing this. I don't want to do it, or I don't know how to do it. And so then you hire someone to do it. The problem is you cannot evaluate the efficiency of what they're doing and the effectiveness of your social media growth. What are you actually growing, or are you just having them post? That to me is a waste of money. And so, for example, what I've learned by looking at my metrics is that carousels, hands down, perform better for engagement. I am in a season of business where I value engagement, meaning you talking to me, I'm talking to you, back and forth in the comment box. I value engagement that way with also shares and saves over likes, because likes may just be you like the first photo, you may like the hook, but you don't even read the caption. And so I know that reels get reach. But I am not in a Reels season. It is very rare, maybe once a week, that you will actually see me post a Reel. Why? Because I'm in my educator phase. So carousels get me the things that I desire right now. But if I had a social media manager, we would have to have that type of conversation and we would have to talk about that in terms of strategy. And so I am in a season, so you decide what season you're in because I love connection, not just views. And I also believe in building a community of my ideal customers and clients. For me, it's therapists that want a business that lasts. Okay. Not just quick wins that are going to disappear next month. And so the reason I'm talking to you this, let's just take it a step deeper, is because these are some of the exact things that will slow you down, the three areas that we covered today. And if you spend all of your time designing logos and colors, fixing stuff, perfecting stuff, and not enough time with the actual things that grow your business, like marketing, sales, talking to your ideal community and clients, your business will not grow to the level that you deserve. So, foundation does matter, but not at the expense of execution. Okay. So, if you are a mental health provider and you actually want to build a business that will last past 90 days, that will last past a vacation or you being out of the office or being on a sabbatical, maternity leave, or being out with your kids on the holiday break. And you want to stop just thinking like a therapist in terms of quality assurance and paperwork and billing. And you really want to start thinking like a business owner at some point in your career, a actual CEO that has a team of a person or two with systems running your business so that you don't have to do it all. Then I would highly encourage you to check out the description box and we will be going live on May 2026 for 3 days for a built to last 3-day virtual live experience. Replays will be available completely free. And this is something that we are doing to give back to the mental health community. We always give back in the month of May because we find that therapists are often pushing people to be aware of mental health awareness, but we do that all year. And our community is focusing on therapists creating abundance for themselves. But this year we go crazy in terms of pouring into you to make sure that we pour into you during this time of year so that one, you feel loved on, you feel cheered up, and we just want you to have the things that are in place as a foundation, especially before you add on another stream of income. So, yes, we will be talking about private practice. We will be assessing profitability in private practice. We will also be talking about and introducing clinical streams of income that can be easy transitions for therapists over others. We will be addressing capacity. I don't have time to do certain things. We're going to be talking to you. Okay. And we will also be talking about how to get things off your plate because we first need to identify all the things that are on your plate. Okay. And of course, my favorite, we'll be talking about how to design a life first business. And so if you are serious about your next level, if you are serious about creating abundance for your life and your business, but you want to have something beautiful that you're aligned with, I want you to save your seat, click the description box, click the link, register now, and I will see you there. But in the meantime, if you love content like this, I would love to have you back. Subscribe to the podcast, the YouTube channel, like this video. And most of all, tell me, which of the three do you think you get wrapped up in the most? Is it like the website? Is it the social media? Is it the I just need a photo shoot? And those things are preventing you from growing because we want to cheer you up. We want to hype you up and we want to make sure that you're spending your time on the things that actually are going to grow you. All right. So I would love to have you back. I will see you in the next podcast episode. Bye.